What is up, guys? It's Coffee Owns You here, and I'm here with Mark Burton. Yay!
Hello.
He's a quiet little bastard, isn't he? Yeah, I'm gonna bring you some Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You know, that fun little mobile game. This is mainly a video to start off a series of just helping everyone out, mainly free-to-play players, purely because I've got a lot of questions in the guild that I'm in about what characters are best, how to tackle raids, like the best way to do everything. And the first thing I'm going to say is a lot of people have gone wrong. Don't get me wrong, I've gone wrong as well. Burton, you've gone wrong.
I started off with a few wrong characters, yeah.
I think we've all made the mistake, but we're going to try and correct that. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of people I probably shouldn't have done. You know, there's an old Ben somewhere in there. There he is. What a horrible person. You know, I've got a lot of characters I've just kind of put effort into that I don't need to. But yeah, there's a few teams that you should probably go for.
I just want to say here is that as you can see that you've got a quantity of characters here. Right off the bat, you should be going for leveling up specific characters, not trying to branch out and doing half-done characters, because it's not going to really put you in a situation of doing high damage. It's just going to give you lots of characters to keep switching between.
Yeah, so you want to focus on, like, let's say 4 to 5 teams. Well, I'd say focus on one team at a time.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably going to be the best thing. I'll tell you the best team at the moment, 100%, for a lot of different reasons, is going to be Rebels. So we'll have a quick look at the Rebels on my account. Lovely. Oh, no. Tapped the wrong thing. Rebels. Alright, lovely, lovely, horrible people. Right. The best Rebels, 100%, have to be Biggs Darklighter, Lando Calrissian, and Wedge Antilles. Purely because they have so good synergy together, hit so much damage. It's just getting them up is, well, can be a pain. But these are all going to be free-to-play players, so, you know, you can easily get them at a certain point in the game.
Yeah, right off the bat you can get Lando. I think it's on level A, number 4 or 5. So that can be your first character easily.
Yeah, his first one is like one before the end, so he's only costing 8 energy each time. I mean, I'm working on him on my second account, and you know he hits crazy AoE that always does more and more damage. I mean, we can have a look at him. Obviously, I haven't got him ranked up that much on this one, but double down is his main reason you want him. Yeah, more than one critical hit, it's cooldown reset and deals 100% more damage on his next turn, so it's great when attacking more than one enemy. His Gambler Shop, you know, it's a lot like Stormtrooper Hands or one of the other Stormtroopers. It varies in damage, so it can be unpredictable, but it can be really, really good. And it's also, you know, additional 30% chance for a critical hit, so if you get his critical damage up, you're in. His leader skill, you know, is good for scoundrels more than anything, because as a rebel team you're probably going to want to use Wedge, but when you're a lower level, definitely use Landos for the whole thing, because speed makes you so much like better in PvP mainly, and also
Definitely.
in raids, because you're getting more hits in, you're getting more damage in general, and obviously the critical damage helps as well, so you're hitting harder. He's unique, he's got a better critical chance, and he gets critical chance up for 2 turns on a critical hit, so you know he's hitting more and more criticals each time. But the main focus is Biggs and Wedge. Biggs is probably going to be the first one you're going to be working towards.
I'd probably say you can get him as your first character if you went through the 3, because you can get him in is it the Galactic War?
Yeah, Galactic War.
And you can get his through Cantina, so you could double up or possibly go for one and the other at the same time.
Yes, focus on one character at a time, really, from each area, I'd say. So if you wanted to, you could. I didn't want to take a screenshot. Cheers for that. Memory. Biggs is brilliant, especially when you mix him with Wedge. because this comrade at arms, or in arms, deal physical damage to target enemy and call an ally to assist. If Wedge is present, he also assists. All attacks have 75% more critical chance. So basically, every time you use that and you've got Wedge and whoever else is in your team, 3 people are hitting. So Biggs, Wedge, and whoever else, and it's 75% more chance to hit a critical hit. And that just equals more damage. You're just going to hit a ton of damage. I mean, I've seen people hit 40, 50k with one hit. They'll wipe out one person in PvP. They'll take out a Gamorrean guard in one hit. You know, it just makes it so more useful. Anything you would like to say about Biggs, Marcus?
No, he's really about that comrade in arms. I mean, that can hit, depending on your level, between maybe a lower level, 20k with everyone, up to 50k, as you said. It's really the move to be used. And not to mention its cooldown is 2. So every other shot that can be hitting.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realise that, so yeah.
So pretty disgusting. And not to mention, if it gets hit by an Empire, it
yeah,
turns straight back to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
100% turn meter. So if you're fighting an Empire team, you know, you're hitting them constantly, because every time they hit Biggs, he gets 100% turn meter, he goes again, and you know, you keep pounding off each other. Let's have a look at Wedge real quick. Where is he? There he is. You know, he's a really high DPS character. He's got AoE as well, so you know, you can hit more than one target at a time, and it does do more damage to Empire enemies, which I didn't actually realise. Only when they have 50% health or more. So that is still really good. His focus fire, deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict defense down until the end of Wedge's next turn. 50% more damage to target suffering defense down. So if you do have a character that can inflict defense down, like let's say Phasma, and he actually gets it, that's a lot of damage.
I believe focus fire, when you get it up, does inflict defense down.
Does it actually?
It does, yeah.
I need to get my Wedge up a bit, I think. But another reason you want Wedge is definitely for his leader skill. 100%. I haven't got mine matched because obviously I'm working towards it, but Rebel allies have 26% offense, recover 15% max health, and 10% turn meter on a critical hit, and recover 25% of their max health whenever they defeat an enemy. So, you know, that's where you're getting your health back from, especially with a Rebel team. I mean, I haven't got this maxed out. I believe you, Burton, you have it?
I do, yeah. I can tell you what that is, if you give me 1 minute. If I can choose the right game. My Wedge ain't actually as high as, you know, the damage it does. You would think it's quite high, but really it's not.
I think yours is about 6,000 power, just over.
6,400.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be high, but we're looking at the leader skill, and Rebel allies have plus 30% offense, so you get an extra 4% of what I've got, which will be my next upgrade. 15% max health, 10% turn meter, and 25% max health when defeating enemies. So the next one I get will be the max, which is still really good. You know, they deal more damage, they get health back, and they get turn meter every time they score a critical hit. So, you know, brilliant lead.
That right there will actually keep you going from phase 4 in AAT, for example. That will keep you alive till they enrage, simply because you're going to keep killing the guns, you're going to keep killing the guards pretty much instantly. So you don't need a healer. So I mean, you throw that in there with Leia, and you're golden until enrage.
And Leia also gains 15% max health each time she hits, so
exactly,
you know, she's really good. Oh, I didn't mean to train. Let's get out of that. I was going to have a look at his unique, which he gets more offense himself and more speed for each ally with full health, and 12 speed for each ally without full health. So he gets more speed for everyone that's actually getting damaged, and that also includes defeated allies. So even if he's last man standing, he gets more and more speed just purely because of all the other allies. And if Biggs is present, he gets those as well, so that makes them a deadly combination.
in my opinion, Wedge is the hardest single hitting character on the basic. He does more than Biggs. He does more than Leia if she doesn't get that triple shot.
This is only on the Rebel side of things, so because
Yeah.
obviously Rey is hardest hitting overall.
Yeah.
Right, so those are the three main people you probably want to get for your basics of your Rebel team. The other two people, I mean, I probably have a different opinion to you or Burton, anyone. So, Burton, what's your opinion on who's the last two characters that you probably would put in your team personally, and why?
Well, I'm going to go with the fact that this is about free to play. And Leia, you can get her in the squad arena, so you're going to constantly be getting the shards. You're not having to fight for them, so you can still go for her as well as Biggs, Wedge, Lando. So she's always going to be going up. She'll be my fourth. And depending on what you're doing, I would say an Akbar or a Stormtrooper handling. I wouldn't put Akbar as lead because I prefer the Wedge, but again, he is a good lead. Not to mention the ship as well. If you go down the Akbar route, you got that leader, which is always going to be helpful.
Yeah, and he's classed as one of the better ships to have as a lead.
And you're going to be having X amount of shards anyway because you get him free, which is always a bonus.
Yeah, that's once you reach a certain level, you do unlock him and his ship for free. That is correct. I mean, why would you choose Han?
It sees turn manipulation. I mean, depending. I mean, I've had some teams which can destroy you while doing it, but if he's fast and strong, he can constantly get that in there, and you throw that in there on like a random team, maybe with a royal guard. That is a pain in the ass trying to kill the guard while trying to sort him out.
The only trouble that I find with Stormtrooper Han is he does lack the health of most other tanks.
That's very true.
I mean, I think my Scarif Rebel Pathfinder is 24 levels lower, and he's only a 5-star compared to Han's 6-star, 85. He's also a lower gear level, and I think he's on at least the same health, if not more, which is kind of ridiculous, and he's a lower gear level, so, I don't think he's the best tank in the game, but he is a very useful tank if you can get his speed up.
Yeah, definitely.
I think for me personally, my two that I'd pick as well as Biggs, Lando and Wedge would probably be Stormtrooper Han and Leia. For me personally, because I do love Stormtrooper Han's. Whenever he gets attacked, he gives everyone else turn meter. It just gives you more and more attacks. And Leia, she gets stealth, she gets offensive up, she gives everyone critical chance up. So, you're getting those criticals more often and just hitting a lot harder. If I had to replace Stormtrooper Han, I probably would replace it with Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, purely because he is another really good tank. Tanks are quite useful for stalling enemies if they can taunt, which Scarif Rebel Pathfinder can. If they're focusing on that, and he gets revived every time if he has a positive bonus. So if they haven't got a buff immunity or a shock character, someone that can take away any positive buff, then he's going to keep coming back and just keep being a nuisance to the enemy team.
Not to mention he's in that cantina at the start as well.
Again, you can get him just before Lando. I think it's a node before.
It is.
So, the only trouble with Han and Leia at the same time is they are both farmed from the same area.
Yeah.
So, you kind of have to focus on one before you focus on the other. So, I'd probably personally say go for Leia in the PvP arena. Go for Lando in the Cantina battles. Unless you're level 74 or higher, I believe, is the sort of level you need to be to unlock the Wedge node. Unfortunately, Wedge is quite a late unlock. So, it is a bit of a grind to get him. But a lot of people have made mistakes, like me and you. They're level 85, they don't know what characters they're going for, and they are able to get Wedge. They probably have Biggs purely for the ships, or just because they've got all their tokens. They're like, oh, you know what, there's a character I can easily get out of the Galactic War, so they've got him up. Lando, some people went for him, some people didn't. I mean, I only recently went for him. He's 6-star. I'm going to focus on getting Wedge to 6, just so I have everyone at 6-star first. But I'd say more than likely focus on getting everyone to 7-star, maxing them out as much as you can as you go through them, but try and get a whole team as you're doing it. So Lando if you're a low level, Wedge if you're a high level from Cantina, Princess Leia from the PvP arena, Biggs from Galactic War. If you are level 60 or above, you do unlock shipments,
which will help.
Which will
greatly
help you
getting them.
If you get Biggs or Wedge, or who else can you actually get in there? Biston.
You can get Biston, not a character I'd really choose because he's more.
He's situational, very situational.
Synergies with the newer characters like the Rogue One. So
yeah, I mean the Rogue One characters are great, really, really
very,
good.
very
They're
good.
broken, but the only thing is, you know, they are pay to play characters. You know, you can't get them as easily as you can get everyone else. As this is a free to play guide, we'll just go straight for the ones that you can get. I'd say Luke is probably, you know, everyone starts out with Luke. He can be useful, but I personally say it's not worth it. Really not worth it.
Not compared to the other three. The benefits for the other three outweigh Luke's use, I would say.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see I've got Hoth Rebel Scout up. I'd say he is really useful when mixed with Han, because he does give turn meter, and he can stun. So, you know, just choose the ones that are right for you, but just make sure Biggs, Lando, and Wedge are your main ones.
That's what it comes down to, really, is them three, and then mix and match for your playstyle, really.
No, that's fair enough.
Should throw in there as well that these characters you can actually get off the start will get you Palpatine, which obviously the dark side are very powerful, but not as easy to get.
Yeah, the Sith and Empire, you know, we'll move on to them in a later video, but the first team you should definitely go to is 100% Rebels, especially if you are going to focus on the dark side team. You probably are going to want the Rebels up just so you can get Palpatine, because he is really good for
He's
what
nasty.
he is. Yeah, he is probably one of the best characters. I mean, I run an Empire and Sith team, so you know, I praise him every day. Like, I love Palpatine. He's just so good for me. But yeah, Rebels 100% go for them first.
Yeah, you're going to be getting great damage in the Rancor. 2 phases of the AAT, second and fourth, absolutely gets destroyed by these guys. PvP, depending on if you're going up against a Sith team or an Empire team that's got good like synergy against these guys, they're fairly good.
I mean, even my Empire team, you know, Empire and Sith mix, I mean, we said about them having more damage and being more effective against some Empire teams, but you know, I've lost to some teams like that, and I've also beaten teams like that.
Yeah.
You know, it all depends on either who they attack first when you're attacking them, or their speed. Speed is the main thing.
Speed is everything.
We'll go over mods and how to get speed up and everything later on, but for now, this is the team you want to be going for.
I think the main thing is the raids, because that's always going to help you get your characters. It's going to help
they're
you get...
useful in certain parts of the raid, as you said. I mean, you obviously have a better team than me. What phases and what raids would you say they're better for?
The Rancor, all the way through, they're fantastic.
Using them as a whole team or splitting them up?
Obviously, if you're going to go in the Rancor, you're going to need the T-bow, which I would like to think anyone above 70 that's been doing the Rancor raid would have realised that every team that sort of wants to go far and possibly get those Han Solo shards really needs to be getting T-bow. It's Bob standard, really. And a Qui-Gon. Them two, throw in a Phasma with his speed down. I'm sure we'll get a video of that out somewhere of like good damage.
I think we'll put it in with this video. It'll probably be playing earlier or while we're talking in the background. But you know, it's mixing and match. It's not just using a pure Rebel team.
No.
I mean, as a pure Rebel team, where's going to be the best sort of phases for them in which raid?
It would be phase 4 for when that ship thing comes over.
Oh, so the last phase in the AAT raid.
Yes, when that comes over, and basically there's gonna be layers, physical chance or
It's
something.
critical chance
Yeah.
up. I think it's ×2 or whatever it is.
When
That comes above the head.
it comes on like every other shot, and she usually takes 3 at that point. So that'll basically keep your team alive to the end of it. So that's where I find you can hit. Saying that you can hit 1.5 there, 2 mil at that point, and on the Rancor at the start you can hit 3 mil, possibly 4. But
If
then
you mix it with the
if you mix
term
it
meter
with the reduction, yeah.
strap. No, that's fair enough. I mean, you know, there are parts that they are going to be bad at. You know, don't use them all the way through. Obviously, yours are what, gear 8 and 9 mixed.
Yeah.
So they're not fully maxed out. If they were higher, they'd probably be a lot more effective. But we're only doing tier 6 raids at the moment. Obviously, trying to get everyone up. That's what this video is for. Helping out guild members, helping out other people that, you know, may not have known where they're going in the game.
Yeah.
Alright, well, next video we're going to talk about, what, Empire teams?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
It's more your thing, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll help everybody out.